laatste ook nog.
Okay, welcome everybody. I hope everybody is in now, and I herewith open this ITM Bachelor Graduation Ceremony. My name is Bram Kroon. I'm internist and I'm a member of the Board of Examiners. And next to me is Masha Verheggen, and Masha is the former program coordinator of ITM. And next to her is Sylvia Henneman, and she is the current program director of ITM. We'd like to welcome you all, and especially, of course, the laureates. But I like to welcome also parents, grandparents, family, friends. I like to thank you in advance for all the support you gave the students and all kinds of support. Love, but all other kinds of support which is needed, of course, to do your study here. You are now a bachelor. And to be honest, and not to disappoint you, but a bachelor is the lowest grade, the lowest academic grade. So there is a lot to win. And this is not what we think of it as a bachelor, but it has been that since the Middle Ages. And here you see a picture, it's a nice picture of how lectures were given in the Middle Ages. And you know that you nowadays do it a bit different. Small groups with a tutor or a mentor, problem-based learning. Although I have the impression that sometimes it is the same as it was in the past. Anyhow, becoming a bachelor needs not only studying, but needs also other things of doing. And here in the Netherlands, although some of you do not have these habits, it was also necessary to have other skills to go through your bachelor. And this is an old picture, but this is a recent picture. And it seems like that it's almost the same as it was in the past. Anyhow, this is modern society, and this is the way how a student goes through life. Bachelors didn't have a diploma until 1999. And at that time, there was a European statement in Bologna, and here you see a nice picture of Bologna, a nice city, and also a nice picture of where the students learned to see what happened with the human body. That's where we learned in the past our medicine. But due to this statement of Bologna, we have the master bachelor structure. And that gives you the opportunity or the possibility when you are have your bachelor that you go to another site, another academic hospital, or another country even with your bachelor and continue and do your master at another site. So what's coming next? What's coming after your bachelor? That is your master. And your master, well, this is the plan that masters your master, so to say, and it's the Dutch plan, but it's called Raamplan Artsopleiding. And in that, we try to learn you all kinds of skills. Skills you need to have as a doctor, as a medic, to become a medical expert. And these are skills, academical skills, but you need also to learn how to work together with other people, how to organize your work and your private life, how to communicate on a good way with other medical experts, and then you will become a medical expert and just look at your patient, and probably you know who is this patient who is lying down here. If not, it's a famous cyclist. Then you know by heart what's happening with this patient. So you have your basic skills, you've learned your basic subjects. These are the things among which you've learned. You have your skills in an artificial way. You done it, you run it, and now you are going to practice. You're going from theory to practice, and that is what practice is, ladies and gentlemen. And sometimes it's a bit different, as you would have expected if you look at this picture. And going to your master means mastering what you have learned. And if one looks into what you already know, the things you know by heart is exactly the same as what an expert knows by heart. Only he knows better how to master these things, how to use these things in daily practice. And that's the difference. And that's what you are going to do in your master if you go through that. And that is make a lot of hours, work a lot, and just like a violin player, to become the best violin player, you need to have a lot of hours of work and see how things go and feel how things go. And that's what you're going to have to do in your master. So, and that will end up with a Dutch joke that only the patients don't want the doctor at their bed, but they want you as a co-assistant on your bed because you are the master. And that's where you are going to, and that's where I'll end. And end with congratulating you all with your graduation, with your bachelor diploma. And now I hand over the word to Masha.
Thank you very much, Dr. Kroon. Okay, our first candidate that we would like to ask to come forward is Leila Herawi. We haven't seen her. Well, okay, that I hope she will still join us, but we have two other candidates that I would like to ask to come forward. That's Noralie Weert. Yeah, please step forward. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you. Please step up here because your mentor is going to talk to you in 1 second. We have one more candidate. I would also like to call forward our next candidate. That is Marie-Louise Wester. Congratulations. please step aside. I now invite the mentor, because for the parents, all the students who studied in ITM had a mentor who guided them throughout their whole bachelor's, and I'd now like to invite Antje Weseler, who was the mentor of these 3 students. Antje, the floor is yours.
Yeah, thank you very much. Dear Noralie and Mara, my sincere congratulations with your bachelor degree in medicine. So this degree is really a beautiful proof of your evolution from a high school grad to a first degree academic. And I wouldn't call it that's the lowest academic degree, but it's the first degree as an academic which you can obtain. And I think this is a much more positive way to put it. Okay, as a mentor, it was a beautiful way to see you growing to a well-organized, highly self-reflecting and determined young person on your ways to become a medical doctor. And you made my life as a mentor really easy and a very pleasurable job. And especially you, Noralie, I will never forget. I never had a student who was always at least 5 to 10 minutes early at every meeting over all these 3 years structurally. And you also always sent me your documents way before deadlines. And then this ended up actually in a huge, intensive feedback cycle with file extension names of I don't know how long. So that was really tremendous. But I especially appreciated this very personal relationship which we could establish over the 3 years. And that was really almost close to a kind of friendship. And that is really what I very, very much appreciated. And thank you very, very much for your trust and your openness and empathy.
Thank you for your guidance.
Yeah, and I also, Mara, it was also beautiful to see you growing to become very independent and really knowing very well in the end what had to be done. And in the end, yeah, the communication was a bit kind of bumpy. But then I learned that you had a very over-eager spam filter in your inbox. And that it was not a personal issue. So, all in all, I'm very grateful that I could be your mentor and could accompany you through these 3 years. And I'm very convinced that you will be on the good way to continue your career as a physician. And I wish you lots of good luck with this and all success in continuing this way. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Antje. Students, please move over to the left side for a picture that's going to be taken. Then we would like to continue with 2 other students invited to come forward. Let's start with Hussein Salam Hussein. Hussein graduated cum laude. And then the next candidate is Cas Kruchten. Congratulations. And I would now like to invite the mentor, Andreas Herler, to congratulate his students.
Yeah, it's a great pleasure to have been your mentors, both of you. And to be honest, each student or mentee is is an individual. So each again is a very big is very different, and each of you made me somehow puzzling. First of all, Hossein, I feel very, poor because I never could help you, because you're so good, you did everything correct, and there was nothing to suggest. So, what to say every time, how are things going? Well, is there anything to be done? No, nothing. Have you done this? Yes, I did. And what about progress tests? Great. And so the end is a cum laude. Very sad to say, I didn't expect anything else then. Cum laude. But congratulations. And it's, it's hello. No, it's just cookies. But a special Christmas cookie, it's that. Gus, great to have had you. And again, in the beginning, I was thinking whether, do I really get contact to you? Because in the beginning I said, okay, you would get, but then I had the feeling that it somehow worked out. And especially in the beginning, you put so much things, so you wanted to do everything, which you got a problem. And at the end, you decided to say, okay, I put my pleasure a little bit to side, take the big duty of studying, and at the end, it really, again, worked so well and everything within time, well done. And thank you that could have been, and I've learned from you a lot, to be honest. It was really nice to have been your mentor, and it was nice to talk to you. And each time it was, I feel very positive, and it really was a nice thing to be on the other side. Everything again, you did also all things in advance, and there were only the things aside to talk about, and not the major study thing. Congratulations, also something.
Thank you, Andreas. And your picture can be taken at the end. Thank you. Our next two candidates are Louis-Eric Einden. Congratulations. Yes. And the next candidate is Abdul Karim Bushnak.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Congratulations. Please step aside. I may now invite the mentor Ben van Steenkisten to congratulate his students.
You ready? Yeah. I have to start with you first, dear Abdul Karim. First of all, my sincere congratulations with your bachelor degree in medicine. Well done. You are a very good student who really made the best out of your bachelor program. Besides your normal program, in which you were very successful, you also participated in the honors program. It was your introduction in theory and practice of scientific research, working together with students from other faculties and on a real research project. You enjoyed it, as you are eager to learn and have a genuine interest in other people. This is also reflected in your work at the in-between. We discussed it many times, where you were preparing meals for your fellow students and in the volunteering work you were doing in your holidays in various clinics in developing countries. I enjoyed the discussions we had. You are very open-minded, reflective and critical in a positive manner and always prepared to go the extra mile, even when it's upstream. Keep up the good spirit and join the master because you have it in you to become a very good doctor. Congratulations. Dear Louis, first of all, my sincere congratulations with your bachelor degree in medicine. That sounds good, bachelor in medicine, isn't it? Yeah. A small boy when he arrived from the Caribbean, but who transformed himself within 3 years into an excellent student. You are very effective and efficient, and apart from that, very determined when we talked about your study. Moreover, besides that, you are caring, accountable, a gifted coach, communicator and collaborator, and I see already some of you thinking, oh my God, he's talking about the candidates again. But that's not true. I'm talking about cheerleading. Louis has put a lot of effort in coaching our cheerleading team. You really managed to put the team on the map of Maastricht University, and with your team you won many national and international awards. I think that's a great achievement, something to be proud of, and I hope I'm going to enjoy the master as much as you did the bachelor. Congratulations.
Yes, one picture together. That's a great idea. Okay, thank you. Our next 3 candidates, ladies and gentlemen, is Rawan Al-Nazar. And then followed by Albatul Gota. Followed by Afke Uilhoorn. I will now invite their mentor, Emmeline Brouwer, to congratulate her mentor students.
Dear ladies, I find it a great honor and pleasure to stand here with you today to celebrate the graduation of your bachelor degree in medicine. And I also feel a little bit sad about saying goodbye to you all. My congratulations also go to your family, if they're present, and all your friends. In alphabetical order, dear Afke. Thank you for the trust that you put in me when you chose me to be your mentor from the 2nd year onwards. One of the things I remember is how you always brought so much energy to our meetings, even though you were probably a bit, even though you might have been tired from all the activities that were going on. I was very impressed by your commitment to your studies, and that is plural because you managed to combine your bachelor in medicine with a health science degree, which I think is super impressive. Yes. And it was striking how you were always in control, or always seemed in control of this kind of double burden. But it was also really nice to see how you relaxed after you finished that one degree and could focus on ITM although that was also the moment when you started taking on all these additional extracurricular activities to make sure you were busy enough. I got to know you as a very communicative person who is sensitive to everyone and everything around her, and I'm sure these characteristics will make you a great doctor. I hope you enjoy your masters and all the best. Dear Alberto, you also started off with a different mentor, and I remember from one of our very first meetings, I think it was in your second year, how we discussed this horrifically long, dark and cold Dutch mornings, especially in wintertime. I'm not sure if you remember how we were trying to find ways how you could adjust to that strange climate change that you found yourself in. And it was really nice to see you grow in the years after into this professional and dedicated student that I think you are now, who always wants to be there for her patient and her colleagues, even if it's winter or dark or cold, it doesn't really matter. I've always admired your sense of responsibility to the people in your home country that support your studies and that will be your future patients. And I wish you all the best in your master to become the doctor that you want those patients to have. And finally, Rowan, I think you must be among the most international students that we've seen in this program, given the experience that you gained during your bachelor already in so many different healthcare systems and being super proactive in organizing internships in your summers to volunteer not only in Saudi Arabia, but also in places like Vietnam and South Africa. And I hope these experiences will bring you a lot of good things for your future. You also, and I think Ben explained nicely, combined your ITM Bachelor with the honors program, which was very impressive, and with a research project at the surgery department. And all the while you were secretly learning Dutch. So that suddenly I received these Dutch emails from you. So we could continue in Dutch now, which I think makes me super proud. But we'll keep it in English to keep the session nice. You are smart and hardworking and dedicated, and I'm sure your master will bring you anywhere where you want to go. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Emmeline. The ladies will step forward for the picture. Okay, our next two candidates will be Teresa Tisha. Let me see. And the next candidate is Afnan Veleman. Congratulations. Okay, ladies, your mentor, Elisabetta Costoldi, could not make it here. Instead, Marijke Kruithof is going to address you. And for the audience, I'd like to say that Marijke Kruithof is the coordinator of our mentor portfolio program. She's the one who has made this mentor program possible for all ITM students, giving them all an ITM mentor. So I would like a big hand for Marijke.
And she knows how much I like that. That's why she does it. Okay, so what Elizabeth is saying to both of you, so sorry I can't be here. And she actually wrote a long story. I timed myself. It would take me 2.5 minutes to read each, and we're allowed 1. So I'm going to do a little cheat, and I'm going to do a kind of paraphrasing. You learned how to paraphrase during the core program, didn't you? Yeah? Okay, so I'm paraphrasing now for Teresa, and you can read everything in more detail later, that she really, really enjoyed working with you, and that she actually became a Frisbee ultimate or an ultimate Frisbee addict at some point, because this lady went to the World Championships. Now, I'm not sure what the Dutch... Tell me, did you win? No. But Elisabetta really enjoyed that, and the last part of her speech to you says, the same passion and dedication has led you to this medical degree with brilliant results, and you're now ready to start your rotations. In Dutch, not surprisingly, because while passing the Frisbee to your Dutch teammates, you also grabbed the chance to practice the language and recently obtained your NT2. So congratulations with that. And with Afnan, it's even more difficult to paraphrase all that is here, because there's things about wanting to become a restaurant owner, as well as a medical doctor, and how the first portfolio was full of pictures of all these fabulous dishes that she was preparing. So we're waiting for an invite. And then there was Japanese, because Dutch isn't difficult enough to learn, crochet, Zen meditation, and now that Saudi Arabia is allowing women to drive, this lady can actually become one of the first, because she did get her driving license as well. So the last part of your message reads, today, with a well-deserved bachelor program diploma under your belt, the future looks bright. I am sure you will become an excellent medical doctor, and I hope you will soon be reunited with your beloved family in Saudi Arabia, including your brand new niece. So congratulations.
Thank you very much, Marijke. Ladies, please have your picture taken. Gregory, he's down there on the list. Okay, our next candidate is Josje Janna Otten. Josje, your mentor will now come down. Janneke, Frau Mag to congratulate you Are you okay, Janneke? Yeah.
Thank you. Dear Josje, it has been a privilege to be your mentor in the past 3 years and to see you grow from a first-year student to the confident lady that you are today, ready to face a bright future in the field of healthcare. Your work ethics, your determination, your perseverance, your independence, your analytical skills, and your ability to break complex things down into manageable and concrete issues have impressed me in the past years. And I think they will bring you a long way. You demonstrated that adversity and difficulties do not hold you back in looking how you can progress. And that's why I'm confident that you will keep on progressing in your master and in your future career. I want to congratulate you with this degree, and I wish you a lot of fun and best of luck with your next steps.
Thank you, Janneke. Okay, we will proceed with Abrar Abdullah Ahmed. Congratulations. And the next candidate is Tessa Borskam. Okay, ladies, your mentor is Marijke Bux. She's not there personally to congratulate you, but she sent me a small speech that I'm going to read out to you. Okay. I'm going to start with Abrar. Abrar, it took some time to get to know Abrar, but eventually she stole my heart. We always had elaborate meetings about her personal life and the challenges she had to face. I keep it short because I'm sure she won't appreciate an extensive analysis of my view on her personality, and she hates to be in the spotlight. Abrar is a very clever student who always dreamed of becoming a doctor. Despite serious personal issues, she managed very well, and I'm very proud of what she achieved. I wish her all the best, and I'm looking forward to see her again in the master and to play an additional small role in fulfilling her dream. Now coming to Tessa. Tessa is a good-natured and active student who went through the bachelor very easy and with good results. In line with this, our meetings were always quite short and to the point. She always told enthusiastically about trips to her second family in America, sports, and her extracurricular activities. I just want to say that Tessa is a pleasant and clever student who knows exactly what she wants and how she can achieve this. She can be very proud of herself, and I'm looking forward to seeing her again in the master. On behalf of Marijke. The next two candidates, Josephine IJsing. Congratulations. Please step aside. Yes, and then we have Saskia Helen, or Helen. Saskia, sorry. Congratulations. And we have one more candidate. Let me see. Fatima Essa Mohammed. Dear ladies, you have as mentors Muriel Villiers and Jan Joosten. They could not make it to this ceremony. Therefore, I'm going to ask Marijke to congratulate you.
Yeah, but we had also a little problem in our system because you didn't have Jan Joosten, you had Muriel as well.
Oh.
So she really did a hard job between last night and this morning when we discovered the mistake. And I have a speech for each of you. And they are a bit shorter than the previous ones, so I'll read them out completely because I think that's just a little bit nicer. To hear the voice of your own mentor, but the eyes are not me. So first for Josephine. You've obtained your bachelor degree in medicine, and I would like to take the opportunity to congratulate you. This is a very important achievement, and you've worked hard for it. As a mentor student, I could help you with building your portfolio and writing an honest self-reflection. It gave me more insight in your functioning as a student, from first experiences as a medical student and difficulties you encountered along the way, until making important choices regarding your future career direction. I hope that you keep following your heart, and that this, together with your kind nature and social engagement, will allow you to achieve the future goals you have in mind. Then for Saskia, first of all, congratulations and well done. You successfully completed your bachelor education. During this period of time, we mostly met during the anatomy trainings, where your motivation and diligence made collaborating with you a valuable experience. In the second year, you became my mentor student, and it was a great pleasure to have you. You made my job very easy. Your natural leadership and proactive approach made sure you easily tackled most deadlines. You also demonstrated a high level of reflective skills in our mentor meetings, as well as in writing your portfolio. Good luck, and I hope you may achieve all your goals and ambitions with ease. And as portfolio coordinator, I would like to add that we are now having a new portfolio since 2 years. So it started in the first year, and Saskia has been helping us think about what would be a better way of doing the portfolio for future students than what you had gone through in the previous years. We thought that was a nice program, but we keep trying to make things better all the time. So thank you for that. And then finally for Fatima, congratulations on your achievement. You can be proud of yourself. You definitely worked hard for it. Initially, when you started building your portfolio, you encountered some hiccups and struggled with reflecting on your performance. Procrastination was also a little bit an issue, but as you developed yourself as a medical student, this improved tremendously, and at the end, you managed to write an insightful and authentic self-analysis, which allowed me to probe a bit deeper. Collaboration with you was always a pleasurable and valuable experience. Please hold on to your motivation and kind way of communicating. Good luck with your future career.
Yes, ladies, please come forward for the picture. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, this was our first round of graduates. Now it is time for a small intermezzo, and we invited the students to fulfill a small act or presentation. I don't know exactly what they are going to do. I'd like to invite Faraz to come forward.
I want to invite my colleagues who are also part of this. I'm not alone, I think.
Because is this Saskia's?
Yeah, I think so. And
You need a different one.
Do you have something for the pointer?
I did not take a pointer.
I have a pointer.
You have one.
Maybe you can copy it and then put it in the pointer.
Yeah, I will. Okay, where is it? The presentation?
It's the graduation presentation. So I think like this. And then go down.
Save it on the desktop.
Yeah, graduation presentation. How do you copy it?
I will open it and save it on the desktop. Make it bigger. Okay, you will introduce yourself?
Yeah. Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming. My name is Faraz Beiter. I'm the ITM representative of this year. And we made a presentation for you. I wanted to say, ladies and gentlemen, dames and heren, Sayyidati Sadati, I'd like to greet you with our most respected greeting in Saudi Arabia and also in Islam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Means peace be upon you. Okay, it seems long, but. All right, so ITM and the world. I think most of us here in the ITM I believe, we are from different cultures. And here I had a map with Saskia. We tried to show the different countries that we come from. Here in Europe we have the Netherlands, also the place we are here. Some students come from the Netherlands in the ITM, and some students come from Italy. Some students are from Spain as well. I don't know, where is it? They are here, I think. Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm bad at geography. And we have also students from the Czech Republic, students from Belgium, of course. Germany, I forgot that should be the second thing I should say. And we have South Africa, you see, it's all the way. We have one student here, he's here. And of course, Saudi Arabia, where I come from. Yeah, wait for that. I have a special slide for that. And also there's Kuwait here. It's our neighbor country. It's in the northern eastern side of Saudi. It's a beautiful country. You should visit it sometime. Okay, now we know the places. Here I couldn't show the Saint Martin and Aruba. I have a special slide for them. So don't worry, I'll explain everything later. Okay, now we have a small quiz, but it's not really a quiz. I just want to show something. But can you guys tell me what kind of outfit is that? For which country? Yeah, you can say it out loud. It's okay. Yeah, from the people. From the countries I already mentioned. A Czech. Okay, that's nice. Here? Germany. And this one? The Dutch. And? Yeah. Someone said it. Italy. That's right. Okay. The next one, which must be easier, I think. Well, yeah, this one, I wonder. What is this? Who's that? And here. What do you think? Yeah, someone said Spain. Spain. And these two, actually. South Africa, because South Africa has many different cultures, and I was discussing this with Gregory. And yeah, he sent me multiple pictures, but I chose specific ones for the whites and for the black Africans. All right. So, and also the Kuwait, yeah, I forgot to say, it's not only Saudi, it's also Kuwait. We have maybe slight differences in our outfit, but it's kind of the same. All right. So, Aruba. It's very beautiful. I've seen, I was looking at the map, I couldn't find it in the world map, so I had to really find a specific picture for it. That's what made it special. But also in the second slide, when I was searching to make this presentation, I was searching for a good picture. So I wrote Aruba, then I found this picture. It was very beautiful, right? Then I wrote, oh, that can't be true. Then I wrote the real Aruba, and what I had is this. Wow. Then I decided my next vacation will be there. All right. And St. Martin, actually the same coast. That's why I had a separate map for it. It might seem like a small island, but the people from there, what I know, what I've seen in the ITM, they're very strong and willing to do some things. Yeah, they're very tough. I like them, by the way. Yeah, it's not a negative thing, it's positive. But you see, it's all the way there. And we are, where are we? Yeah, somewhere here. All right. So, and we all know the famous footage that we've seen on Facebook and YouTube, the airplanes. It's actually located in St. Martin. It's in the Juliana International Airport. And when I saw this, I also decided this is also my next step for a vacation. Yeah, this place. I want to see the airplanes. And to finish my introduction, I have one last slide. Well, because it's an opportunity, I wanted to share something from my culture. So it's like a comparison between 4 different pictures, and I want you to tell me if this is part of our culture or not nowadays, like with the modern society. So the first one, you see a tent here. Yeah, of course. In the desert, and you see some modern complex of, in a modern neighborhood with villas made of concrete. So which one would you think is nowadays part of the Saudi culture? One, okay. And if you say 2, who's going to say 2? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, not so many people, huh? Okay, and now we're going to compare those two pictures. Which one do you think is part of Saudi culture nowadays? I hear someone saying 3. 4, okay. Oh, you were Saudi. You should know. Saudi shouldn't be allowed to answer, but I should have said that. It's okay. Actually, what I want to really say is all of these pictures are part of the Saudi culture, because Saudis living in villas and most of our times, but in the weekends, they go on camping, and sometimes they stay there for weeks, and they like it there. Yeah, of course, it's really lovely. It's in our blood, We can't really, even if we're living in a very modern place, we have to go back, and that's also part of preserving the culture. And here we see the camels. Some people, of course, most of the people in Saudi have cars. Now ladies will have also cars because of the new regulations. And it's already crowded here. I don't know what will happen if they have cars. No. But yeah, the camels, some people collect camels, and some people use camels for racing. A camel can reach to 2,100 euros per camel. So it's really expensive. It can be more expensive than a car. Some people, of course, or most people eat camels. So it's part of our culture, of course. But it's not used for transportation. Thank you very much. That was my time. And now I introduce you to my colleague, Talisha. She will have a quiz, a real quiz for you.
A real quiz, yeah. Thank
you.
Hi, everyone. My name's Talisha, and I will be doing a quiz with you guys, if you're up for it, just to get out of the drag of the graduation ceremony and into some action. So I have a few international medical related questions because I thought that would be interesting because we're so culturally diverse and it would be nice to see who thinks what. So they're all A, B, except for the last question because that was easiest with putting hands up or something. So the question is, which of these countries has the most expensive medical training system? Who goes for A? Hands up. Who goes for B? Yeah. Correct. And actually, in Canada, it's not as bad as in the U.S., but it's close. It can be up to $20,000 a year. So we're kind of lucky here, I guess. In the U.S., it can even be up to $60,000 a year. So that's a bit much. In Argentina, it's publicly funded, and there's no tuition fee. So let's go to Argentina. Second bachelor degree, definitely. Second question. Which of these countries has the highest physician-to-population ratio? Lithuania or Qatar? Who goes for A? Who goes for B? Yeah. B is correct. Qatar has the highest physician-to-population ratio. So physician-to-population ratio means the physician density, the number of physicians per 1,000 inhabitants. And in Qatar, it's 7.7. In Lithuania, it's 4.1. So now the next question, which of these two countries spends the most on health in their percentage of GDP? The Netherlands or Qatar? Now remember, Qatar had the biggest physician-to-population ratio. So what do you guys think? Who's A? And who is B? It's still the Netherlands. Netherlands spends 12.4% of their GDP on healthcare. Qatar, even though it has the highest physician-to-population ratio, only spends 2.2%. So maybe we're doing something wrong. And finally, for who's interested of our future doctors, because, I mean, we need to know where to go, right? What country has the highest salary for us future doctors? Who goes for A? B? C? D? Nah, sorry, it's still here. So, I mean, if in the future,
If you allow me, if I can add, is it with taxes or without?
But the point is, if you're in the future and you've lived somewhere else and you've spent all your money, like on beautiful cars, beautiful homes, on swimming pools and everything, you can always come back to the Netherlands and work your way up on the salary scale again. Just go back to the place where you were educated. Thank you very much, and have a very nice evening.
So, thank you. I quickly need to switch USB, because some of you handed in some photos, which we will be showing now. Yeah. So, unfortunately, it doesn't work with the slideshow, so I will do it manually. See what? Oh no, it does. No, perfect. I didn't click anything yet. So, just a small talk about what it was to study ITM for those 2 years and what kind of experiencing I have had in those years. Well, enjoy the pictures. So, over the last couple of days, I've been asking myself the question: what was it that made this group of ITM so special? And well, as we already know, we are all from different backgrounds. And well, so it might be obvious to actually say there were many moments in which we were like, oh, so that's how it works in your country. We learned a lot from each other, but the thing I will remember most is those more simple moments. So I came up with something, and I hope you can all relate to it, and I'm pretty sure you can. So a few months back, we were having one of those weekly tutorial meetings. And for those who are not familiar with the term tutorial yet, it is one of those meetings in which we would be discussing in a smaller group what we had been learning for the previous week. And well, they can be pretty long and sometimes a bit boring as well. But that one day, I was sitting next to Louis, and at a certain point, we were like, okay, now we have been sitting for long enough. It's time to stretch our legs. So basically, we both agreed upon it, and we just went standing up. And that's, well, it might sound simple, but obviously the rest of the group just agreed, and they also stood up without even questioning what we were doing. And when I told this story later on to some of my friends, they were all surprised, like, how can you even think of something like that? But that is what I appreciated the most in ITM, because it was all so simple, so obvious. There was no questioning of what somebody will do. We were all so different in our characteristics, but it all worked out in the end, and we could all be ourselves. So, yeah, that was my small talk about ITM to give us an overview of what it was like. And then the floor is to Malena.
So just to close this interval, while these amazing pictures are passing by, it's very touching to be here with these lovely, lovely people. And so many good memories come to my mind. And it's amazing to see how many brilliant, talented students there are here. And have a lot of trust in the healthcare system now that I also see who is graduating here. Because I know you personally, and I know how much passion and commitment you put into this studying. And I wish that every one of you can find your path in life and in your medical career. And I wish you all the best luck in your medical practice to bring a little bit of ITM all around the world, wherever you're going to practice and be an amazing doctor. Thank you very much all for being here.
We can give it later by email, if you want.
You want to continue the show, or until they're all we've seen them all?
We're finished.
I think it's almost done.
It's almost done. We'll give it. We can watch it. Watch them.
Okay. Always.
It was delicious, by the way.
Oh, that's the last one, probably. No? So, for us, are we halfway with the pictures? Almost done, okay. Okay, okay, that's it, I think. This one we saw, yeah. Okay, thank you very much, students. For a great intermezzo, I'm going to put back the graduation slide because this will be too distracting. We'll make sure the pictures will be put on the Pulse website or wherever. Now, let me see. No. Oh, deze denk ik. Ja. Okay, second round of candidates. I have in front of me a list of 5 candidates, but I'm not sure if all of them are here. I'd like to call out their names anyhow and congratulate them. We'll start with Huda Saud Alnemer. Oh, she has collected. She already collected her diploma, so we will congratulate you. Congratulations. Thank you. I think it's a great idea to have a picture taken, but Huda, wait, we have 4 more other candidates, and then we will take the picture. Okay, next, Abdulaziz Samir Ali. Then, Mohammed Ibrahim Turkistani. Next candidate is Mohammed Khaled Wasalama. Then the next candidate, but I'm not sure whether she's here. She already collected her diploma. It's Babe Nadine van Kaathoven. Well, let's give her a big hand. Yes, I think these are all 5. I invite mentor Marijke Kruithof to congratulate all her mentor students. Only 5, Marijke?
This time. No, but that is also always a little bit cheating, because you have heard that many of the mentors have a lot of time with their students. They start at the very beginning and then they go on. And I can say that for one of the ladies here, or for the lady here, because we actually know each other from the very start of your medical career. And it's not been an easy time. But you did manage to struggle through and keep going, and I'm really, really proud that you're here. And I was just saying to Masha, I didn't see her, so you weren't sitting in the front. No. You kind of sneaked in the back. And And I think it is worthwhile to come up front and to be counted as one of the students who did make it through, all the difficulties taken into account. Now, I had done a little trick because the other three, oh, you're nice, standing there, kind of came to me one after the other. One came in second year, one came in third year, and one came halfway through third year. So that was because mentors didn't match with the students or suddenly disappeared. That is really funny. You kind of say to a student, well, this is your mentor, has been your mentor for 3 years now. And then halfway through the year, you get this message, that person is actually no longer working here. Oops. Yeah. So with each of you, we have our little getting to know each other, getting to work on the portfolio, because it's not everybody's cup of tea, to say the least. And I thought, well, what am I going to do? Now, for the Dutch people here, you all know that Sinterklaas is nearly here, and you know that he usually brings things for the good children. So I asked him to drop some off in my place, and I can say that they are halal, so you don't need to worry about those kind of things. And I'm going to give that to you as a little think of the Netherlands once you've passed the master phase, but maybe even in the master phase, because the master phase is going to be elsewhere. So very Dutch wrapping for the gentleman and a more ladylike wrapping for the lady, and good luck for the rest of your studies.
Yeah!
Picture time. Hey, Oda, do you want to hold something for the picture? It's not yours. I do need it back.
So sorry.
Echt. Neem ze er toch mee. Hoda? Hoda, you're still in the position. You can give it to Marijke. Thank you. Okay. Our next candidate, ladies and gentlemen, will be Adam Algagush. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
I now invite your mentor, Mohammed Mizyani, to step forward and congratulate you.
Thank you.
Adam, congratulations, man. You did it. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to ask you for another round of applause for Adam. I know you don't like to be in the spotlight, but this is a special occasion. And you had quite a bumpy ride here in Maastricht, right? You had to overcome a lot of challenges. You know, we forget how difficult it is to leave your family behind, move to another place of the world, and then study medicine, which is difficult already. So he did both. On top of that, he had to overcome some serious challenges. And you did it with perseverance, patience, very hard work. And what I found beautiful is that during all these meetings, when you were talking about the issues that you had to go through, you never showed that you were really stressed. And I think that that is a very important competency for a future doctor, to keep calm. Although everyone around you is panicking, you are the doctor, you are in charge, and you managed to do that. So based on what you've shown all these years, I think I'm very confident that you will go through the masters easier and become a very good doctor. Thank you very much for being your mentor.
Thank you, Mohammed. We will proceed with three other candidates. The first one is Natasha Gardi. Congratulations. Okay, you may stand there. Next is Bina Tariq. She graduated cum laude. And then the third candidate, Noah Liere. And her mentor, the mentor has arrived, Monique Steenis.
That's what happens when you put a skills lab teacher in front of a lecture hall. You get shy of this. That's why I wrote it down for you. I'll start with Natasha. I have a little card for you for everybody. International cards. Dear Natasha, I got to know you as a friendly, sometimes a bit shy student, very pleasant to work with. Besides some encouragements to sometimes answer a mail, but other than that, just fine. You had the idea of doing a master in global health because you were interested in how global healthcare systems work. And I'm actually curious to hear from you one day when you're finished. What you've learned there, and even what topics served you in your approach as being a doctor. I really encourage you to keep developing your open mind interest in the global health issues, especially since doctors nowadays work in rapidly changing societies. So I think it's a very useful study that you chose this year. I really wish you all the best, and I hope to see you back one day. Continue with Noah. Same sequence as you came in. Dear Noah, I got to know you as a well-organized, structured, and efficient student. To me, it seemed you managed to speed up and select when it was needed, and you had in a good problem-solving way, and you kept time and energy for activities besides studies. I think this shows your strength, because as a doctor, you got a lot of things on your plate. You have to choose. I think you're well equipped to prioritize, and delegate in a friendly way. Although discussing difficulties in a group work task was not very easy, but you did speak up, so you would tackle these topics. I really want to encourage you to continue using these skills, and I wish you all the best as well. If you want to. Last but not least, dear Bina, I only got to know or got to hear today that you graduated cum laude. Good. I already thought it was good. My motivation is to get the best out of students. Therefore, I thought I couldn't bring you that much already from the beginning, since I consider you to be a very good student, as you've shown. So for you, I had to adapt my strategy. I even needed to slow you down. An example, there was like a CV race or rush going on, and I asked you, do you do extra things because you really like them, or because you think you have to do them? Let these questions guide you to make choices while you are following your own path. And it was interesting to mention, maybe to all of you, when I just mentioned that thought, you thought about it, and then very quickly you decided what to change for the better, and then you already got into the changes. So I mentioned something, you pick up, and you change. It was really quick. To me, it showed once more your speed of thinking and your problem-solving skills, leading to smart actions. Very good. I think you managed to apply your analytic and problem-solving skills in several fields, which is, I think, an essential skill as a doctor. So I think you'll be a very good doctor, all three of you, and an inspiring colleague to work with. So I wish you all the best as well. Good luck.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, our next candidate, but I'm not sure whether she is there, is Salma Al-Gargoush. She already picked up her diploma, but I thought she might make it to the ceremony, but she's not here, unfortunately. Then we will proceed with Gregory Veldhuizen. Okay, dear Gregory, you're a special student. You started off in the ITM, had a good time, and then decided to continue your bachelor's in the geneeskunde curriculum, right? Today for you was the opportunity to graduate because your parents came all the way from South Africa, if I'm correct?
No, they're not here.
They're not here. Oh. Okay. I thought, then I'm really sorry. I thought they could make it today to the ceremony. Unfortunately, they are not there, but then I'm there to congratulate you on behalf of all ITM staff and students. Well, good luck with your master phase, and we congratulate you. Okay. Our next candidate is Yalin Bian. I invite Mentor Piet Portuguese to congratulate you.
Dear Yalin, sorry. You make things easy for mentors. Call yourself Jolene, but today is not the way to do that. My congratulations to you. And I have a confession to make. When I got to know you, when we got to know each other 3 years ago, I wasn't trying to motivate and stimulate you to make the most of your study and life. I tried to warn you that maximum ambition and pushing yourself to the brink is overdoing it a bit. That I tried to make you realize that enjoying life is important as well, and maybe even necessary to achieve your ambitions. I had misgivings about you trying to build a social life here, organizing it as if it was a study project with time allocations, intermediate goals, and things like that. My confession, looking back, I think I wasn't that worried. I think I saw even then the cheerful, enthusiastic woman I have come to know later, and I compliment you with both your academic achievements and the way you have built yourself a life here. And then the part I hadn't prepared beforehand, but hearing all those mentors compliment people with how they grew, I don't know. The thing I saw change in you is that you came here with a set of characteristics and way of doing things which I think I recognized from China, where you're from. And I think you have blended that with somewhat more, which is, well, maybe not appropriate, but expected from you in Holland. And I think that blend is typically you, and I think it's very good for becoming a very good doctor. Thank you very much.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, our next 3 candidates. The first one is Jendrik Dedal. Next one, Erik Klaassen Barba. Congratulations. And the third one is Rawan Aliyamani. Okay, so students, you all have a different mentor, but they couldn't make it. So there's Rob Roel, Ronit Svetlov, and Vivian van Kranen. Marijke will address you on behalf of your mentor.
That's how they keep things interesting for me, so I don't get bored by having to do the same thing over and over again, and they get me all different kinds of mentors. So first for Jendrik, from Rob, congratulations on your bachelor graduation. With apparent ease and in a nice tempo, you achieved all your goals and made my job as a mentor an easy one. I only had to observe from a distance how you developed as a professional and as a person during the bachelor phase. Good luck in the upcoming new phases in your education and in life. So on behalf. And then another long one, which I'll paraphrase again, otherwise things get too boring. Because Eric at a certain point was also a mismatch with his previous mentor, and we had to find somebody else. And he had talked to me about being interested in genetics. And we happened to have a mentor who is also interested in that. And so I thought, well, that's a match made in heaven. I shouldn't have too many problems. And Ronit, in what she says, confirms this. Mainly that really she could leave aside all the mentoring part, and you had really good discussions about where you wanted to take your life, and that has already taken form and shape, and she's very pleased with that. So read the whole story at your leisure, and congratulations. And then another quick think, because yesterday we were doing last checks, and then we found out that Fatima hadn't been with the mentor that we thought she had been with, and then we also found that the mentor that had been mentoring Rawan had forgotten to send a little piece of information that we could read out. But fortunately, I know Rawan a little bit, because besides portfolio, which a lot of students don't like, there's something else a lot of students don't like, which is the progress test. And if they get into real trouble with the progress test, then I pop up and I kind of say, well, let's see if we can teach you some tricks to get through the progress test in one piece. And you did it. So congratulations. And I'm going to do it a little bit differently because I don't have a card to give you from your mentor. So you're getting the Dutch present that I gave you last.
Now time for pictures. Now, our next two candidates, Madalena Argikopoulos. Congratulations. Please stand there. And next one, Samantha Vanya, sorry. Marcel. Congratulations. Dear ladies, Your mentor is Vivian van Kranen, and she's really sorry not to be here as the date of the ceremony moved a couple of hours, and she had blocked it in her agenda, but then we moved it, and now unfortunately she cannot make it. The good news is she made a small note for both of you, and I'm going to read it out. I'll start with Madalena. Dear Madalena, in your introduction to me as your mentor 3 years ago, you described yourself as, and I quote, an enthusiastic, hard-working, dynamic young woman. And so it was. Coming from Italy, you already spoke Dutch, although I didn't realize that until the end of last year. You already knew what you wanted to become and had so many extracurricular activities that I often wondered how you did all this and were still able to get such good results. My job as a mentor was very easy, standing on the sidelines, giving some advice if needed, and often only listening to you, enjoying your adventures, such as the great trip to the Himalaya, where you went all alone to live in a monastery for a while. Wow. Of course, there were also some other but smaller mountains you had to climb during these 3 years, but you were always positive, finding a solution or just doing what you had to do. Dear Madalena, I was very happy to be your mentor in the past 3 years. I'm sure you will turn out to be a great doctor, whatever path you choose to go, and I am already jealous on the ones that will get you as a colleague. Congratulations and good luck in your master. Viviane. Now, and let me pronounce it correctly now. Dear Vanya, and Madalena said, now here it's Dear Vanya. The first sentence was, I really regret to be absent at your graduation ceremony. Okay, Dear Vanya, I'm impressed by the way you integrated in Maastricht from the first day you started studying at the You settled in Maastricht and enjoyed it from the beginning, not only being successful as a student, but also being active in other fields. Working as a resuscitation instructor is one of those examples. Later on, you joined the rowing club, not only as a sports member, but you also actively participated in or even chairing some of its committees. From the beginning, you showed a very good insight in your own strengths and weaknesses and seemed to know what you wanted, and even more important, how to achieve it. And today, the result is celebrated. Dear Vanya, congratulations on this great result. I enjoyed being your mentor, not only because it was such an easy job. Good luck on your master. I hope to see you now and then. Viviane. Our next two candidates, Ans Elisa and our next candidate is Talisha Johanna Adriana van Beek. And Talisha graduated cum laude. Your mentor, Marion Vijgen, will now congratulate you.
So, hello. Well, to keep myself structured, I wrote some things in paper. Hi, Talisha. Hi, Ans. Good to see you. I will start with Ans. Ans, yeah, you have an impressive CV. You have worked as a pharmacist, as a drug consultant, researcher, and humanitarian projects in Africa and Asia. Nevertheless, you decided to become a medical doctor, and then you started studying at UM. This was not an easy thing to do. You gave up your friends and your life in Thailand, and you also switched roles from being a professional to being a student. Well, where other students need to be trained to be a professional, you already started as a professional, which was an advantage for the groups in which you participated. Looking from a distance, everything went smoothly. You had good results and good feedback from peers and tutors. But, as we both know, the past 3 years were not as easy as they seemed. Memorizing all the facts at an age over 20, and an endless stream of its assignments, and also the rigid rules here at UM are not always easy. But you persisted, and now you're here. For me, it was a pleasure to be your mentor. In our meetings, we could, of course, discuss the portfolio, but not only that, we also shared experiences and we could discuss life. You are very committed, a hardworking and a perfectionist, a combination which worried me sometimes. But you are a good listener and aware of the needs of others, good strengths for a doctor, and your patients will benefit of this. So I have great respect for your choice, the choice you made, and I'm also convinced that you will be a very good doctor. Congratulations. Okay. And then Talisha. Well, Talisha, you are amazing, of course. I never before met a student who was as efficient and organized as you are. It was a real pleasure to be your mentor. Not once I had to remind you of any deadline or appointment we should make. On the contrary, usually you reminded me. Weeks before the deadline was due, you emailed me to schedule an appointment or to send in your portfolio or any document. Our mentor meetings were actually just as efficient. You were well prepared, to the point, your results were fine, and your personal life okay. A student like you makes life as a mentor easy, perhaps even unnecessary. Fortunately for me, nothing is as perfect as it seems. So I challenged you a bit, and you also shared some of your doubts and struggles. Being organized as you are, you found it not always easy to be patient when collaborating with others. The past 2 years, I noticed your professional growth in this respect. Well, next to the curriculum, you participated in the honors program. You also was in the ITM committee and assisted the ITM representative. You tried to participate in the creative writing minor, but this did not work out for logistical reasons, which was a disappointment, but you moved on. Dear Talisha, you are very talented, ambitious, and capable of making a success out of many things that you choose to do. So I'm really curious, I didn't see you for some months, how the current status of your future plans. So also for you, congratulations. And if you're around at UM and you do have time, please drop by at my office. I would like that. Okay.
Pictures. Everybody goes on the picture. we will proceed with 2 other candidates. Our next candidate, Abdul Jalal Philamam. And the next candidate is Alaimi Maybel. Dear students, your mentor is Dr. Carlos Calares. He was abroad and is traveling, and he promised to be here today. But maybe one of us has received that he was delayed. I don't think so. Carlos, are you here? I didn't see you. No. Okay, so that is really a shame that he cannot congratulate you personally, because I do not have his speech, because he said he would be there. So on behalf of all ITM staff, we would like to congratulate you, and I'm sure Carlos will join in for the drinks later on, and then he will hand over his speech. Okay? Thank you so much. Now, ladies and gentlemen, our last candidate, last but definitely not least, is Faraz Beitar. Marijke will congratulate you on behalf of Henry Spronk. Let me explain to the audience, maybe we see Henry coming in. Henry is doing the graduation for the master students, as he's from the exam committee, and he is also Faraz's mentor. But I think Marijke has a speech in case Henry couldn't be on time. So.
I'm terribly sorry. Every time I had to get up, I was looking around the room to see if he had snuck in the back. But there was this little mistake in the planning, so that 2 graduation ceremonies, both with international students, were happening at exactly the same time.
We actually discussed that last week. So I know that.
You know the problem. Okay. Well, he's one of these other mentors who write kind of very long epistles. So I'm not going to read it to you because I don't have to. Because you already heard in the intermezzo that Faraz was also the 3rd year representative for the ITM, but more importantly, he was also kind of coordinating the whole 3 years of the ITM bachelor program. And as such, I had the pleasure of going on a little field trip with Faraz to Tunisia. Because there was a conference, network conference, about universities that are also working in community-based and community-oriented education. And they actually accepted a proposal that we did from Maastricht University to do a workshop on how students can influence quality control. So that was really a very, very nice experience that we shared. And it was due to, for us, that we could really show students from all over the world who were there at that conference how to do quality control. You told them about pulsonderwijs, your role in there, how students organize themselves to give us as teachers critical but very constructive feedback. So read what Henry has to say at your leisure. He has promised to be here before the drinks are over. And I think your parents are here.
Yeah,
and there's one line in this letter that says, Salam alaikum, and be very, very proud of your son.
Well, I don't think this was the last picture that's made today. I really enjoyed this ceremony, and I think Sylvia and Masha also. I'm sorry, Masha. I've heard a lot from you as students, and I hope that you will get to the point you want to be as a doctor. But be happy with the things you're going to achieve. And having said that, I hope there will be nice drinks for you, and I will end this ceremony by now.